Hey everyone, welcome back to PhotoBiz MasterClass. This is class number 2 today, and we're going to start building with the PhotoBiz website builder. This is exciting because we get to go on the back end and see everything how it's done. So if this is your first time seeing it, you're going to get a complete walkthrough of how to set up your website and how it goes. And if you were in our last class, welcome back. I'm really excited that you're staying with us and that we're going to continue going through all the class sessions. And then if you're just joining us for this session, hey, welcome. Hope you're really excited. So if you want to build along, you can go ahead and do that. This is a real big opportunity to learn about the ins and outs of the program. So I'm going to go in. I'm going to start showing you everything that you need to know. If you have any questions or comments, leave them at the leave them in the comment section. I'll review them at the end of this event. We got a tight schedule, so we're going to keep it rolling, okay, guys? So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so once you're logged in for the first time to PhotoBiz, this is the main dock area where you'll see new notifications. If you send any email campaigns, they'll be listed here as well, and any referrals that you might send to PhotoBiz. You'll get credit, VC credit, virtual credit sent to your account, which basically pays for your account each month. So the more people sign up that you send to us, the freer your website gets. So just think about that in the future. So right here on the left hand side, this is the left side menu, and you'll see how everything is organized. Home is this main page that we're on now. Websites where the actual website builder is. E-commerce is where you'll actually create and store your products, services, and everything. This is where you set up your merchants, your taxes, all your products that you're going to be selling, all your services, all that functionality that takes a payment will be set up through here. Your blog tool. This is where you'll actually be able to write blog posts, and all your blog posts are stored. So if you're writing anything brand new, this is where that will be kept at. Proofing, this is where you will set up client galleries. You can set up all those functionalities through there, and the e-commerce portion connects to that, so you can sell your prints and packages directly through the proofing galleries. You can also set up downloadable galleries and other types of functionality directly through here as well. Scheduler, this is where you can actually put a scheduling tool, an appointment tool directly on your website. Connects to the website builder, so you can take a payment before, just take prepayments, or you can just take an appointment. Forms are incredible. The form builder is where you'll actually be able to create any type of form that you're looking to build. So we have presets built in there for you to be able to modify quickly. But you can take payments through them and also create digital contracts with digital signatures. Contacts, this is your CRM. This is where all the information is stored. Once people are properly tagged, they'll be on the back end of here, and this is an incredible tool that works throughout the entire platform. So if someone was to leave a message on a form, that data is collected on this end. If you were to send something through marketing, you connect to the people through your contact section. The marketing tool, this is where you'll be able to send email campaigns. You get 2,000 free each month that you can send to your clients that you want to. You also are able to create other tool pieces for your website, such as sticky banners and pop-ups. Files, this is where you'll store your files. This is a great tool for what we call the clipboard, where you can put your files already in here instead of just uploading them one at a time. You can just go ahead and throw them in there, and they'll be stored on the back end. You can always access them anytime. The branding section, this is where you'll actually, upload your logo that kind of connects to all the pieces, all the products inside here. Now you can override this per product if you want to, but this is like the main hub of where you can store that information. Domain, this is where you will connect your domain information. So if you have, your janedoestudio.com, this is where you connect that, and you would just be able to connect with our support team, and they'll be able to make sure that everything is aligned properly. Mailbox, this is where you connect. If you have domain email through us, you'll be able to log in right here and check your email, your branded email. And My Account, this is where you can find out information about your account itself. If there's any changes you need to make, update your passwords, credit card information, you name it. This is where all that information is stored. And down below, this is premium features. Premium features include, options if you need us to do anything for you, any type of service like a logo design or even a custom site design. Say you want to go beyond what you're able to do now, you can always lean on us, and we have those premium features that you can always lean on for services, and also other features such as maybe you want to unlock original downloads. That way you can upload original file sizes and sell directly to your customers. And there's additional storage options as well in there. So you have plenty of things that you can choose from in there if you're interested. You'll see this question mark on every corner of the page. This is what we call the PhotoBiz Assistant. Now, so let me show you what you can do with that. No matter where you are in the PhotoBiz platform, when you click on this and you need help, it'll slide out and it'll give you information on how to build whatever you're looking to do. For this page, we're looking at the blog posts. So this will teach you how to create a blog post. If you want to read instead of watch a video, you'll actually have information on how to do this step by step. So this is a great tool that is really, really resourceful. Another thing it also gives you access to is to quickly call us if you need to, or to search our knowledge base. We have tons of support articles that are there and available if you'd rather just research it that way. And if you need any extra help, you can create a support ticket and they'll directly go to our support team and they'll reach out to you as soon as possible. So if you ever need any help, the PhotoBiz Assistant is there to help you. Okay, so now let's go ahead and get our branding set up. Before we get our template set up, we're going to go ahead and get our branding there. So we're going to go over here, going to click on branding. You'll see you have the option to upload your logos, favicons, change your accent colors, and your company name, address, and phone number and website information. You can modify this how you want. I'm just going to upload a logo real quick. Drag and drop right in. So we have our Jane Doe photo studio in there. If you have a favicon, you can go ahead and upload one in there. And then you can modify your accent colors. Now this is going to be the systematic emails that go out to your clients. What type of accent color is associated with it. I'm just going to keep it black for now because my branding is going to probably have more of a minimal color look. So I'm just going to keep it with that. Company name, we're just going to keep it as Jane Doe Studios. I would put the company address. I'm just going to put 516 West Friendly Avenue. And then our company number. And this is JaneDoeStudios.com. Now on any email you send out or any type of form, this information will be there and accessible. So when someone is replying to something, they'll be able to see your company information and your branded logo. So everything's already logo, branded directly for those products. You can always override these again, and I'll show you how to do that in the website builder today. Once you have everything set up in your branding section the way you want to, let's go ahead and jump right into actually building. This is the fun part. So we're going to click on website. And right away, you'll see that you have templates. Once you're getting started, you'll have templates to choose from. Pick which one that you like. You can preview them, and then when you find one that you really want to use, you can hit select. So I'm just going to scroll through, see all the types of template and styles we have. Once you find a template that you like, you want to preview it, click preview button. You can see how it lays out. I like how this one looks. Love the layout. Love the font choices. Love the colors. It's already starting out pretty good. And that's what you want. So we're going to go ahead and hit select. This prompt will pop up. Hit yes when you're ready and create website. So what's going to happen is it's going to take this design, this template, and create it inside the actual website builder portion. You can always change the design later or the template styling, but the blocks that are going to load in are going to be the ones from this template. The design choices can always be modified. You can just drag and drop however you want to. It's not permanent. But the main thing when you're picking a template, just look at how the menu is placed. That's the main thing, and where the logo is also placed. Those are the two things. Everything else can be modified. All the colors and everything else can be changed. The blocks can be dragged and dropped anywhere you want to. But it's going to pull in the styling directly from the template that we choose first. So just be aware of that when you select one. All right, our template was selected. and then you'll get a walkthrough video. If you need any help, you can watch it, and these slides will help you kind of know what you need to do. All right, I think we're good. So let's load it up and take a preview of it. So you can see our logo is already in there from when we put it on the branding page, and we can compare it to the sample version, and you can see that all the blocks are there with placeholders. All the text is there with placeholders. So everything is there. Your template's pretty much already built. You just need to replace the information and replace the images where need be. You can change the styling how you want to, and we'll go through some of that. But from the start, you can already see that this is already ready for you to be able to manipulate however you want and get live as soon as possible. Okay. So, now that we have this, let's walk through some things about the builder itself. You'll see over here on the left side, this is your menu. This is your main menu. Some items are grayed out because they're hidden, but the ones that are normal, those are the ones that are visible. You can see that we have 4 items that are visible. You got your home, about, gallery, clients. Now, you can add more if you like. You can create a drop down, a new page, or an external link if you need to. I'll just add a new page just to have it there for later. You'll see it comes up as extra page. If you want to rename it, click this pencil tool, and we'll just call it new page for later. Then you have options over here. This copies. This is where you put SEO information. And then this tool here is the page settings. This is where you can modify the home or the name of the actual page itself, and the page visibility, or disable the page, or create a password for this page to be accessible. It's up to you what you need it to do. When you're done, always save changes. This is where you can put in your SEO information. You can see that there's auto SEO already generated from the details we've placed in there. But to customize, just toggle over to custom, and then you can add all your page title, meta descriptions, keywords, and we'll come back to that later. You can also see a friendly URL and any other advanced tracking information, maybe your Google Analytics or anything like that. You can place this directly on there, or a Facebook pixel. We'll come back to those features later. Over here on the far right, you'll see this is the block menu. The block menu is how you actually build the pages on your site. So these are blocks that you would add if you want to add a title, a text editor block for extra text, text plus image. Text plus image puts a image and text grouped together. An image block, there's different layouts of how you can lay out an image, perfect for making galleries. A banner block, so you can do really expansive full bleed images that kind of run across the entire page, or you can do different versions of it for cropping or anything like that. List items are kind of our anything goes type of block, so you can add an image, text, or video inside these blocks, and then choose the styling of how it's shown. There's many ways to lay it out. You can do a lot of cool things with list items. Blog block, what that does is it pulls all the blogs that you've written in the blog builder onto a page. So if you want to show a blog post or a blog page, you would put the blog block in and then show how you want it displayed. A video block, the video block is there to add video. So if you want to create a video banner or just want to upload a video itself, you can use this tool. Just get an embed code from your preferred place where you can upload them, such as YouTube or Vimeo or anything of that nature. Form block, this is where you can upload your forms. Form block, this is where you place your form onto the actual page. So if there's a specific form that you have, you can put it here. So if you got a contact page, you can put a contact form. If you have a booking page, you can put a booking form. You can really stylize it so it looks like it lives on the actual page itself. But you can always send out the form directly from the form builder to customers if you need to as well. Dividers, this is where you can add design elements such as spacing, just to give some air between certain blocks. But also you can use lines to cut right through to just add a little more energy to the page, a little bit more design. And then there's also shapes in there that you can use to help design the page as well. You can do a lot of cool things with dividers. Button blocks. Buttons, obviously, they're buttons. You can place a button wherever you like, two side by side, or stack them whatever you want to. And then you can just link them where you want to go. Perfect for call to actions. HTML blocks are where if you have any code that you want to place on the page, maybe you're using a third-party tool or you want to put an Instagram block on your page, put that code in there and it'll show up directly on the page from that block. Product block, this is where you can showcase your products that you set up in the e-commerce section. Service block, same thing as the product block, set it up in the e-commerce section and you can then display them on your pages. Scheduler block, once your scheduler is set up, you can then add a block here to show off all the appointment booking systems that you have available for customers. Gift cards, if you want to set up a gift card system for people to be able to download, for people to be able to purchase from, you can use this system here. They can also check their balance as well. Proofing block, this is a great way to show off your client galleries, and I like to do this because not only does it show that you're working, but it just gives everyone a little extra flavor, something beyond just the galleries to see. This gives those customers who are clients, though, access directly to those pages. The map block is where you can use your Google Map information, and it'll display your address and your location for people to be able to access you. And then the FAQ block. This is also another kind of anything goes types of block for me. You can also add information here and manipulate the styling, so there's drop down menus, or maybe they're just kind of side by side. You can do a lot of really cool things with the FAQ block. So those are all the blocks that you have that you can manipulate the page with. So let's talk about these blocks in general. So when you want to select a block, you can either tap it or drag and drop it. So if I was going to add something new, maybe I want to manipulate this section, I could either click on it or I can add a new one, or I could just add it to the bottom. By just clicking it, it throws it to the very bottom. If you want to put it anywhere else, you hold it and drag it where you want it to go. Certain blocks can be side by side and they'll highlight green together. So this one, since they're both text editor blocks, can sit right side by side, and then you can flip them back and forth however you want to. To modify these blocks, all you have to do is click on them, or you can go over here to the pencil icon to either copy or go into advanced settings or delete. To go to advanced settings quickly, you can just tap on it as well, and then you'll go right into it and you'll see all the functionalities that you have for this style of block. For a title, you have the title, styling information, how much space is below a block, the alignment of it, and space actually inside that block. Next, you have to modify the colors, and then you have the background information if you want to put a background image behind it or anything like that. So you can quickly modify these blocks as however you want to. So instead of light the fire of your soul, maybe if I want to change this, I'm going to change it to welcome to Jane Doe Studio. And you'll see when you refresh it that it refreshes instantaneously. Now you can keep modifying these blocks and designs how you want to. So let's go ahead and do this to this section right here. We're going to upload a bunch of images directly into here. But before we do that, I'm going to actually put these images in our clipboard. So I'm going to go over here to the files, and then I'm going to upload a bunch of images so we have something to pull from. You can drag and drop it when you're ready they'll upload directly into your clipboard. Now our images are here. I'm going to go back to the website builder, click on this image block. I can see that the current layout is set to this. If I want to change the layout, I have that option. I can go through, select how I want it done, how I want it laid out. If you like the setting that you have, you can run with that. You can also have different options. Some of them have rows and column options that you can then select as well. This one's set up on row 4 and columns of 3. And then you have a bunch of placeholder images. Now there's a few ways you can do this. You could select all these and delete, or if you want to replace the actual placeholder itself, you can click on it. You can hit upload to upload a new image, or you can click on your clipboard. Since we already have images in a clipboard, I can click over here, select one that I like, hit insert. Now that image has been replaced. I'm going to do it a little faster this time. I'm just going to delete these placeholders. There we go. And then I'm going to add the rest of our images from our clipboard. So I'm going to select all these. We already have this one, so I'm going to get it removed, hit insert, and now they're here. So once they're here, you can then refresh your page. And you can see how they're displayed directly on your website. Beautiful, huh? All that work already, and all it took was just uploading these images. Now, say you have an image that is a little tall, you can mess with focal point. Click on the edit focal point, and then you can move it around till you get something you desired. Maybe on this page, the kids are a little low. After I move the focal point, I refresh, and you can see they're a little bit higher now. Modify it till you get to what you want. There we go. I like it that way. And you can do this for all the blocks that you like. You know, if I want to go in there, change the focal point a little bit so we can see these other girls. Make the focal point a little bit lower for this so we can see more of this kid. And you know, you just keep modifying things till you get a desired look for each block, for each image, and however you want. I'm going to change this one too for this gentleman here. Just click on the image itself and move to target. There we go. Once you have the look you want, then you can just move on. That's the nice thing about this thing. It's very fast, very flexible. There we go. Perfect. These images are already set up and it looks gorgeous. Now, we've already edited an image block. We've shown you what, the title. You can modify that quickly. If you want to modify the text editor block, that's simple as well. And let me show you real quick. Maybe you don't want this layout. You can always change the layout. Maybe you want to change it to a pinboard look. You have that option too. Just rearrange things till you get a desired look that you like. Maybe you want to do something else. Maybe you want to do circles. Who knows? Let's see what that looks like. You have options to design anything the way you want. It's really nice. I'm going to keep with the square look. I like the squares. That looks really nice and rich. Okay, let's go back out. Now we have this title, text editor section. We're just going to modify it. We're just going to add some lorem ipsum directly in there, just so you can see how it goes. A couple paragraphs. You can modify the styling again. You can also change the current layout. It goes from 1 column to 2 column if you want it that way. Let's see what it looks like with 2 columns. There you go. It's up to you how you want it to lay out. So you can switch it back and forth however you want to. You can change the styling within here. How much padding you want. You want thick padding. Let's show you what that does. See, it gets a little bit more squished in there, but you can keep modifying until you get something you like. Now, these templates have presets all built throughout it. If you modify anything, you'll see that this section's been customized. So any styling that's been customized, you'll be able to see it highlighted here. If you want to get rid of it, click X, it goes back to that template that you chose at the beginning, main styling. You can change the global styling too, but I'll show you that later. Now, you can also modify the colors if you want, the text color and background color for this section. And you're pretty much ready to go. So this section is ready again. You can keep modifying it till you get a desired look that you're going for, but I want to keep this as close to the original as possible. So now we need to modify this form. Let's go to our form. This one has an image associated with it, so I'm going to delete this image. I'm going to pull something from our clipboard, and I'm going to make it this one right here. I think this will be really cool. Let's see what it did. Very nice. Clean, straight to the point, looks nice. This image goes really well with it. Then you can modify the text within here. To do that, for this type of form, you can edit the form. You can see there's text associated with it. You can see this takes you over to the form builder itself. So if you want to make any updates to it, you can do that here. Or you can create a new form. So it's up to you what you want it to do. You can see the library of forms that you have to pull from, that you can pull directly from here, that are available. But you can always create new ones. To create a new one, you just click Create Form here, or you can go directly into the form builder itself and then start building from there. They all pull in, and then you can tell it what to do and which ones to display. You can modify the styling however you want to, and the color choices again. You can override all the color choices available. And of course, you can add a background image if you want to, or some type of background texture. So maybe we want to add a little texture to this section right here. You could do that. We have this honeycomb look, or this geometric line. I'm just going to add that real quick. And you see what it does. Just adds a little texture to the page, a little extra something. There we go. So we got this page built out pretty fast, pretty quickly. Now let's just go into looking at some other options that we have. And we'll see how other blocks work. So we're going to go back up, go to our About page. This is a text plus image block. Right here, you can see that there's an image and there's a text blocks. And this is how the current layout is. So when we go to it, you can see there's an image that's hanging over here and then a long section full of text about my story. That's great. And you can see that there's different layout choices that you can choose from. You can display it on the left, right, parallax scrolling effects, a smaller side but bigger, larger text, a little bit more square of an image, circle image, circles on circles, and then landscape parallax effects, and then a larger image with text, and then text overlay center with then the text overlay at the bottom. So it's really up to you on how you want it to display. I'm just going to keep it as is for now, and then show you to replace the image. Again, we're just going to replace this placeholder. We're just going to choose something else. So we're going to pick a vertical image. I think this picture in red would be really nice. So I'm going to select it. Go back out. You can see right here. Maybe this is our photographer. Got a cool story running with her. And this is really awesome. Another cool thing you can do with this block, you can add a button there too. So if you want to call to action, so like, we'll say book me. Book today. How about that? We'll send them somewhere. Click on the page. Send them to a booking page. That booking page is hidden, so we're not going to modify that really today. But you can see, I just want you to see how quickly you can add a button directly to a block, and then it'll drive them directly to a page. You can make it go anywhere you want to. But this is showing you how quickly and easy you can modify these blocks. So let's jump into a gallery now. Gallery has a scroll that goes all the way down. But we're going to add some extra information to this page. We're going to add a title block. We're going to add a text editor block, some buttons, and maybe even a divider. So let's get started. I'm going to build that page out. I'm going to start with the simple gallery itself. Click on it. I'm going to remove all these placeholders. I'm just going to add all the images that we have again from our clipboard. And there we go. We got row of 8 and 2 columns. You can keep it that styling for now. Let's see what that looks like. It's got that square look. It's running all the way through, all the way down to the bottom one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take away one. That way it's side by side. How about that? There we go. So there's our gallery. Got it set up this way. And again, you can change and modify how you want to. So we're going to make this a different style. We're going to make it, how about all landscape shapes? Let's see what that looks like. You can modify anything how you want to. I'm going to change the styling. And here you have opacity effects if you need them. Space in between the blocks. Right now it's set to medium. And then space below the blocks, space inside the blocks, and flushing. Flushing means, you know, it's going to take it all the way to the edge of frame. And then you have the ability of what it looks like in mobile view. You can set it up to a 2-column or a single column. I'm going to keep it on single column for now. So if I'm going to turn on flushing, let's see what that looks like. Bam. Now they're really large 2-column images that kind of scroll down the page. You can keep this really nice, big, expansive look if you want to. But you can always modify how many rows and columns there are as well. You can go all the way up to 5. Refresh. Now you can see it's done this way. So it's really up to you on how you want it to look, you know, design-wise, but you can manipulate it fairly quickly. And if you want to change the order of these blocks or which order the images are in, all you have to do is drag and drop till you get a desired look of what you're looking for. There we go. So I'm going to keep it on this 5 by right now, and we'll maybe modify it a little bit later. But let's do some other things. Let's add a title at the top. You know. View my portraits. View my work. How about that? You can have something else, a little bit more dramatic than that, but we'll just have view my work for now. And you see this type of font doesn't work that well with all caps, so I'm just going to change it real quick again. View my work. How about that? So you can see how it's set up. Looks good. We're going to go through here. And then we're going to add some other things. We're going to add a divider here below it. We're going to modify the divider. Instead of it being space, we're going to change it to a line. Then I'm going to change the thickness to ultra thin. And then I want this flush. I want it to cut across the entire page. I'm going to refresh. You can see this line cuts all the way across. Now, why am I doing that? I'm going to do some fun stuff. We're going to add a form to this page. Just going to drag and drop it in. And then we're going to probably add some buttons as well. So let's go ahead and add a button here, and then we'll add an extra button right next to it. So we have call to actions available here, and then we're going to have our form. So let's modify our form. We're just going to select a simple form again. There we go. And then we're going to change the styling to a single form, no image with it. And then let's see what it looks like so far. There we go. We're going to add a title with this as well. There we go. Refresh. Interested in working with me today? Contact me today. There we go. So we have this cut across, and then we're going to divide. We're going to change the color of this section. We're going to make it not. I'm going to make it a little more off-white. Maybe we're going to use this darker tone. Let's see what that looks like. So you can see it kind of just bleeds into the footer. I kind of like that. I think that'd be kind of cool. So we can do stuff like make the section above. Do the same thing. I'm going to make it go into that color, and then I'm going to make this stand out on white tone. Let's see. And then I'm going to change the styling a little bit. I'm going to put no space below. I'm going to thin it out just a touch. And then go back to the previous block, our divider. I'm going to go through the styling here. I'm going to remove all spacing. And what that's going to do is going to put a line sit flush directly on top. And you can see you can do little design elements like that. And maybe I wanted to make it thicker. You could do that. So I'm going to make it a medium size. And you'll see like this black line kind of cut across a little bit more thicker. So you could do fun little elements like that if you want to. It's depending on what styling you want to do. Just keep it thin for now. And you can change the color of the line if you need to as well. Maybe you want it to be more this color. There you go. So you can keep modifying it. Each of these pages with adding any blocks that you like, however you like. And you know, what do? We added a title here. We added some extra title work here. We added a divider here. We added our block here. I'm just going to modify the form just a touch so this text is a little bit more visible. Go back to the colors for it. Title color, we're going to bring it down just a bit. You have all your recent colors here if you need to. You just keep modifying until you get a desired look you're going for. Like something right here, you know, I wanted to modify how this block is placed. I'm going to edit the form, and I'm going to drag the phone to be right next to the email. So when I go back to that form, now it looks more uniform. Now, let's look at some of the other options you have. Now, let's look at some of the other options you have. Go back to the website builder. We made these modifications fairly quickly. You can do whatever you want on any page that you want. You can add a banner, and I'll show you what that looks like in a moment. You can add any other texture like that as possible. For our gallery, we're going to add some call to action, so let's do that as well. You know, maybe we want them to go to our booking page. Book today. So now there'll be a button here. Or maybe something like view my recent blog. Then you can put them on the page directly for a blog post. So that's there. So you can add things like that to any page that you want. You can add call to actions, text sections, manipulate anything that you want. Maybe we want this page to have a little extra SEO. We're going to put some information on this page that's readable. We're going to take some of this text. We're going to put it here. We don't need all of it, so I'm just going to take, you know, just 2 paragraphs. How about that? And then you can modify how it looks. If you want 2 column or single column, I'm going to turn it to a single column. And then, you know, let's make this one section pop out. It's going to make our menu stand out more. I'm going to change the color for our title area. I'm going to make it more of this darker tone here, and then I'm going to make this text white. What it's going to do is just going to cut across, and then you can see it's like this splash right here. Simple enough. Okay, now let's go back to the website builder. Now you can modify other settings as well. Up in the top is our top menu. Right here you can see we're on the builder, but there's a design section, settings section, tracking section, and the view site. That's what we've been looking at our website through. We start on the builder, then let's go to the design. Design section is going to give you a couple options. So right away you can see that you can see the template that you've chosen. If you want to change it, you can click here. You can see all the templates that you have to pull from. You can only select a different template whenever you want. So if I wanted to change it to Atoms, I would hit save, and you'll see it'll update to that styling. So it's pulling in that styling and options and other settings that are global. Okay. In this section here for the design, you can modify the colors, all the accent colors, the background colors, the button colors, icon colors, and text colors. These are all the global colors for this template style. They've already been loaded, but you can manipulate them by clicking on them and changing them however you want and hitting save at the bottom when you want. Now you can always override these in the settings sections specific for each block as well. So that's something that you can do anytime you like. I'm going to keep them how we've had them, but you can see there's other options as well. For fonts, you can modify the fonts for the menu, the size of the fonts, the titles, the size of the titles, and then the global content. That's the main text of the page and how it's sized. You can choose which types of fonts that you're looking for, and then you can just pick one that you'd rather have. And if there's something you like, you can pull it. Maybe you want something like this, and you'll see how it manipulates the page. View my work. So now it's got more of a bubble effect. So you can go through all the font choices that we have till you find something you like. This will globally change all those sections with menu, title, or global content sections. Then you can change this is the styling for the template. These are the global sections. So each space has these sections ready for you to manipulate. You can change the global setting here if you want to. This template has everything set to flushing off, but you can make everything automatically flush when you drag in a new block if you want to. All the padding is set to medium, and the mobile view is set to one column. So these are the things that you can manipulate quickly if you want to make the global changes override. Or you can override them directly in that block itself. It's really up to you on what you're looking to do, but you have the option. Graphics, this is where you can manipulate the how the icons and buttons look directly on the page. So if you want something, with squares for everything, you can choose that. If you want ghost effects where it's just outline, you can choose that effect. Rounded effects, rounded ghost, or an underlined effect. I'm just going to choose ghost. How about that? And you can see what that does to our buttons. Now that I turned on that function, you can see the buttons change, and also their settings change. So we'd have to go through here to make sure that our button text is visible as well. And you can do that from a global setting as well, up to here. See, our button color is set to this white color. I'm going to make that change real quick to that dark tone now. And there you go. Site background. Your site background just pulls in any texture or color that you have. Everything, the template kind of lays on top of it. So if you have anything that you want to upload or a texture of anything, you can have that. You can pull a background if you need to, but you can do these per block as well. Footer background, if you want your footer to have a background, you can also manipulate that, and we'll show you how to do the footer section at the end. Custom CSS, if you're going to do any customization to the actual template itself, you can put that data here. Any type of code that you want to implement into the site, you can place it in the header or the body. And then these are detail page layouts. So this is how your blog post will load if you don't change anything, or you can have it where it does a big splash banner. You can change and manipulate it how you want to. Same thing with your products. This is the layouts for your products. So when someone looks at a product on a store page, how do you want it to lay out? Same thing for services pages. And then for your scheduler. If you click on the settings in the top menu, you'll see that you'll be able to add your social media information here. You can add new ones if you want. We have tons of variety that you can choose from. Then you just put in the URL directly to that page. So if I was going to put, Facebook, I would just put Facebook for PhotoBiz. There we go. Same thing for Twitter and Instagram. You can change the order of how things are too if you want to just drag and drop. And you can delete them if there's ones that you don't use. These already have presets in there. Next, we'll talk about site links. So what are site links? Let's go to the top. See where it says call, meet, and book? Well, those are site links. You'll see that these are already set up for you, and you can add new ones if you want to, or manipulate the ones already there. And these are set with different looks. So this one has a text plus an icon. You can make it text only or icon only. So I'm going to change this to icon only. Oh, probably should put a phone number there. You see now it's changed to just the icon itself. So you can manipulate it how you want it to do and what to say. Call now. And I'm going to put it back on text plus icon. And you can turn them into buttons if you want to as well. So it's really up to you on how you want it to look. And then you can change the order of these as well. And then that would trigger the ability to call you. You have the option to turn on search and cart functionalities. If you're selling anything through a store, you can have a cart display turned on. You can show where it's displayed at, if the social media links or if the site links itself, and how you want it to look. You can choose those options as well. And then you have search functionalities. And the things that will be able to be searched for when you have your things set up, have your tags set up properly, blogs will be able to be searchable, products will be able to be searchable, services will be able to be searchable. So it's up to you if you have all that, if you have those functionalities turned on or not. You can have search on your website if you would like it. It just makes things a little bit more navigatable for your clients if they're looking for something in particular. You have to be aware of what types of things you want to be searchable though. So we'll look at that when we look into the e-commerce section and part of the CRM itself. Tagging is a huge deal in general for not only knowing who your customers are, but giving them the ability to search your website as well. Blog widgets, you can add blog widgets if you want to. One shows the archival, so all the post dates, and then one's going to give you the form ability, and then the other one will show you all the things that have been tagged through a blog. And then your branding section. This is where you can override the current branding section. So if you want to add anything directly to this page, you have that option. So right now it's set to auto since it's pulling directly from the branding page that we uploaded earlier. But if you want to customize and upload a different logo, you have that option to override it. You can upload a logo directly into here, and it'll replace the placeholder that's here. And then you can also upload a favicon area and a compact logo. Maybe you have just a smaller logo or a circle version of your logo that you would like to add there. You can add that directly in that section. But I'm going to keep it on auto and save. And if you want to manage your branding directly here, you can as well. It'll click over to it. So we set up our social media. We set up our site links. We have search if we want to. And then we have the option to update our footer. So let's take a look at what our footer looks like right now. Right now it just has home, contact, gallery, and client login. then a little blurb at the bottom. Once you're back in the website builder, you'll see all the way down here at the bottom, footer. Click on that, and now you can see what's available. You have the ability to add a sitemap, which is this area where you can add links that go directly somewhere. Your social media icons, if you want to add that. Anything you set up through your social media will be able to be added here. An image if you want to. Taglines, which is just kind of some blurb lines if you want to add anything extra at the bottom. A form, if you want to add some type of form, like a newsletter form, you can add that as well. HTML code, if there's any special code that you want to add here. Badges, if you want any accolades or awards, you can add those in there as well. And then your divider. You can add extra dividing lines to break up this information. So let's see, if I was going to add a form, just go right in here, sample form, and I'm going to add a subscribe one right here. You can see that it added this little subscribe to our newsletter stuff with some information. And you can add a little text section over there to it if you want to. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep it as is. I'm going to remove this text. And I just wanted to say subscribe to our newsletter. And you keep manipulating things till you get something you like. You can change the, simple images provided by, images provided by. Images copyrighted by. If you want to link to anything specific, you can do that. You can add any types of functionality that you're looking for. And keep just messing around till you get something you like. You can add a divider here above all this section. And you can see there's social media icons that are already available since we've already set them up. So now these will go to our Facebook and all that. And there's search functionality turned on here as well. You can get rid of the stuff if you don't like anything in there. If you want to change how the sitemap is, you can add a sitemap. Click here, add a new column, and this is where you can put navigation. So, explore, new column, galleries, new column, contact. So then in each of these columns you could add a little sitemap. So maybe you want home to be labeled as home. You can link directly to a page that goes directly to your home, and then you can keep manipulating things. So I'm going to put this in the explore section. I'm going to put in the contact section our contact page. And our booking page. And then you select, click on booking, there we go. So you can see that we'll start stacking them off in here. And then our gallery, I'm going to add our gallery page. Page. Galleries, and then I'll add our client galleries as well. For this one, I'm going to make sure that we have our about as well. So from there, maybe I don't need this tagline anymore. We're going to change the styling from it being just a minimal design to actually this newer design. So it's going to be laid out more like this. So I'm just going to remove the tagline here. And there you go. Now you got this 3-piece menu item, and you can style it how you want to. You can add spacing in between stuff. You can change the colors however you want, and if there's a background texture. So that's how we styled it. Now we got that going. I'm just going to add a divider here that cuts across. Ultra thin, flush, color. Let's see. Right now, set the black. What's that look like? There we go. So you can have it all bleed through or just end. It's really up to you how you want it designed. I like it just kind of going straight into the gallery. You know, boom, right there. Once you have everything the way you want to, you're pretty much set up. Now there's other options you can add to if you want to design anything. Obviously, I always say create a fun page to just kind of mess around with stuff. So if you want to add a banner image, you can add a banner image, text plus images. Just kind of get familiar with all the blocks and how they can display, you know, till it gets something that you're really looking for. You know, if I'm just going to have this real quick, I'm just going to add a banner, text plus image, and then I'm going to add another FAQ block so you can see what that looks like. So go to our banner image, pull something from our from here. I'm just going to choose this lady, and you can see that the current layout is set to medium, but you can do full screen as well. So I'm just going to select full screen, and with this type of option for a banner, you can click on the image and you can add text. So, you know, text, you know, goes here, and then you have subtitle text, whatever you want to say. Hello and welcome to my studio. You can have it display horizontal, vertical, and you can also add a button here too. So maybe, you know, we're going to have that book now button here, and then we're going to direct them straight to the booking page. So let's see what that page looks like. You can see it has this effect. Since it's kind of going underneath our menu, you can manipulate that if you want to. But you can see there's a gray effect going on. We're going to manipulate all that. We're going to change the color and styling. So we're going to go color first. I like to have the overlay color darker because I think it adds a little bit more contrast. Then change the title color to white and the text color to white. A button text we're going to make white as well. And our button border, we're going to change that. We'll make a quick change. You'll see how it looks. Already nice contrast directly to it. And then you can go to styling, and you can manipulate how much overlay opacity you want. So maybe you only want 15% because we want our logo to stick out a little bit and our menu. You can keep modifying it till you get something you like, or you can go darker. It's up to you. And if you don't want this image to be underneath the menu, I'll show you how to do that as well. You can go up here, add a divider, change it to a spacer, and you'll see when you refresh, now this image starts below the menu frame. Now, what if you're saying, hey, I don't like how this image bleeds off the page, or something's not right? Well, you have options as well. Maybe you want a vertical image to display on mobile. You can do that. So go over here, click on mobile images. I'm going to pull from our clipboard, and I'm going to pick this vertical image. And I'll show you what it'll do. And you can add your own information on top of this as well. It could say the same thing, you know, text goes here, you know, hello and welcome to my studio. And then we're going to add that button, book today, or it could say something completely different for mobile experience. It's really up to you. We're going to make sure it goes there. Now we're going to go back out, refresh. Here's what our desktop version looks like. And then I'm going to turn on my tools so I can see what it looks like on mobile. So I'm going to refresh, and you can see now this image displays this way in a mobile setting. Pretty cool, huh? So you can manipulate how it looks on a desktop versus mobile options for certain things, especially for banners. So take advantage of that. I think you do a lot of cool, clever things with it. And then you can just keep, adding and changing things. You want to add another section with an image, you can do that. then put some text in there. It's really about how you want the pages laid out. I'm going to change the styling to this. And I'm going to change it to a flushed look, so we can get the cool parallax effect going on. And then I'm going to remove the space below the other block. Let me do that. We don't want no space because I want it to sit flush. Okay, that's good. And then up here, styling. So now it's got this really cool effect going on. And then, hey, I'll add a divider here. I'll cut it across the page. Ultra thin, flush, save, go to styling, no space, save again. You'll see it cut right through it like that. And you can change the color if you want to. I'm just going to keep it on black for now. And then you can add your FAQ block. Maybe we want to drop down accordion style, you know, test. And then we'll put some text here. Another one. Test 2. Right here. And we'll put one more. Test 3. I'm going to keep it styled as is, so what it's going to look like. Refresh. Any information you want to put in an FAQ block, this is accordion style. Got it set up that way. And then we'll end it with our form. Let's go to a form. Drag and drop. Add our contact form. And there we go. I'm going to manipulate the color of it because we want to make sure it's visible. I'm going to go to our styling. Make sure it's got all the settings that we want. We're going to make the form visible. I want the form fields a little bit darker because I can't see them. There we go. And you keep modifying it till you get a desired look that you're going for. And then you can add another title there if you want to. Tell people to book with you. It's really up to you on how you want your pages laid out. You can just keep messing around till you get a desired look that you're going for. You know, I'll just add a button here as well. Or view gallery. Okay, so let's take a look at this page that we made. Got this nice banner where they can book directly on there. Drives down to a little information about what you want them to know. View gallery button. Some FAQ sections if you have any questions you want to add into there, you can. And then interested in booking with me, directly on this page. We made these things very quickly. We wanted to keep it minimal. Didn't want to over design it too much, but it got to the point and it's showcasing a lot of visual effects that you can do for your actual website. I'm really, really excited about what you'll be able to build with the PhotoBiz Builder. You can change how these are laid out if you want the about page at the end or any of our new pages. I'm going to bring it up to here, squeeze it in there. I'm going to change it. Test. Just going to call it test for now. When we go back home, you'll see it's there. There it is. So what I wanted you to see was how fairly quickly you can build with the website builder for PhotoBiz. We were able to manipulate this template fairly quickly. You can add and choose how the options are stored, the settings, the colors. Virtually anything can be manipulated. It's tons and tons of possibilities. In fact, over 1 billion combinations that you can come up with to make the desired looks that you're going for. Just tweak and modify it how you'd like till you get a desired look that you're looking for. That's the main thing. It's all about experimentation. And, at the end of the day, if you're nervous or you don't feel comfortable with designing, guess what? The template does most of the work for you already. Everything's already pre-designed. You just need to modify the placeholders and put in your text. So I just want that to be the main goal today, so you could see how quickly you can build with the website builder. And for the next few days, we're going to show you how to set up the e-commerce portion. And then we're going to show you how to do the proofing and then use the marketing tools. So you can see how it's an all comprehensive, all-in-one website platform for your business as a photographer. I hope this has been really insightful for you. And if you want to go further in depth, we can talk more about it. You can leave comments at the end of this and we'll review them, and I'll be able to answer your questions as we go. My goal is to make sure that everyone has the ability to build a website and it feels comfortable with what they've done. I hope this was really insightful and helpful at the end of the day. So if you have any questions, please leave it in the comments section. I enjoyed doing this, and if you have any more, please stick around for our next session. We'll be talking about what pages to focus on when building a website, and those are your core pages. What are your core pages? You'll find out in the next section. All right. See you in the next session.